Let me tell you about salt and gold. Well, Ghana has a long history with salt mining. Production of salt in Ghana as well dates back centuries. But the country is the largest producer of salt in the West African sub-region, if you didn't know. And currently, production levels are estimated to be around 250,000 metric tons annually, although the potential exists to increase production to between 2 to 3 million tons annually. That's a vast difference there. Like other small-scale informal sector operators, salt producers face challenges ranging from low access to and high cost of credit, low investment in the sector, to poor industrial infrastructure. Third World Network will hold a two-day national conference from May 14 to 15 on artisanal and small-scale gold and salt mining. Joining me in the studio for more on this is Dr. Yao Graham. He's the coordinator of the Third World Network Africa. You tell us what this conference, what change really, what change really this conference will bring to the problem that we have listed.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening to you and your viewers. The conference itself, of course, it'd be difficult to say it would instantly bring about a change. But I think the timing is important to explain. I think, I mean, over the past 2 years, up to December last year, I think the whole country was in the grip of the anti-Galamsey crusade operation, Vanguard and all of that, and the ban. And so it's one, gold small-scale mining became one of the biggest issues of discussion. But less well known is the fact that salt, which we all consume, part of our everyday lives, actually Ghana is the biggest producer in West Africa and has huge potential to increase production to maybe even 10 times what we produce at the moment. Our message is very simple, that at the moment, small-scale mining of any sort, it's a very, very distant and poor cousin to large-scale mining. And gold, by far overshadows other minerals.
Isn't that what it's meant to be? Small scale, so it's small scale.
That's precisely the point. There's a mindset that we have, which I think we need to break out of. Because depending on what you want to do as your economic strategy, you can give more or less prominence to either large or small scale methods of production. Currently, for example, if you look at last year's figures, small-scale gold accounted for about 40% of gold production. So it's very important in terms of its output. Most of the salt that is produced in this country, about 2/3, is produced by small-scale producers. So clearly, and in both cases, these are the only areas in the mining sector where Ghanaians are engaged. Large-scale mines are owned by foreigners. They take their profits out and they repatriate their royalty.
You think the country is being shortchanged?
We can have that discussion. But the point we're making is that small-scale mining has a huge potential to contribute to job creation.
And it is this potential.
And it is to highlight this potential and to draw attention to the fact that, yes, there are problems, but we need a long-term strategy, which folks starts with first with the potential, and then within that we address the challenges rather than
so let's take these two areas and deal with it specifically.
Yes.
If you go, let's begin with gold and the small-scale mining industry. We know the problems that we've had with it in this country. And just before you came in, I was having a security conversation in which the think tank is warning that those who want to, create terror in this country are looking to use small-scale gold mining or the gold mining industry to set up this attack. What exactly are you looking at when you take gold mining, the small-scale gold mining industry?
Well, I mean, I'll be quite interested to hear an elaboration of that point about the security. I think one of the things which has become clear is that because of the scale of illegal small-scale gold mining, and it's very large scale, there's the illegal mining of gold, there's been a vilification of small-scale gold mining, in this country. We want to follow up on where this thing has ended. When that campaign was going on, we expressed a lot of opinion about the rights and wrongs of it, but the ban has been lifted. The government wants to go forward on a more, shall we say, positive agenda. We want to contribute to the development of that positive agenda. We want clarity about where policies are, what are the relationships among the different institutions, what's the place of the Minerals Commission vis-a-vis the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, the Lands and Natural Resources, the whole institutional architecture.
Okay, so you want to look into this in the hope that you can streamline something that will increase productivity.
Because everybody agrees that the sector has potential. Yeah. Everybody agrees that there are problems. Okay. That campaign was launched as a way of addressing some identified problems. How do we go forward so that more people can be legally engaged in small-scale mining?
So that's what you're looking
bring benefits to the country, create jobs, and have less acrimony around the sector.
That's what you're looking to do with
That's in
gold.
relation to gold.
Let's come to salt.
Salt has not received the same attention as gold. I mean, in fact, the default position on mining in this country, by and large, is around gold. And if you look at other countries, take, for example, say India, which is the third largest producer of salt in the world, you see that small-scale salt mining has a very important role there. They've developed it, given it support.
In India?
Yes, and that country produces about more than 20 million tons of salt a year. And we in Ghana, there are two areas which have the greatest potential. The Adansongo Lagoon alone will produce more than 50% of the salt output of this country. There are many issues around Adansongo that I want to highlight. Plans have been laid out about how small-scale mining could be the centerpiece of salt production around the Adansongo and also the Qatar Lagoon. What we find, worryingly, is that there's a tendency to simply want to replicate the prioritization of large-scale mining from gold into salt, when actually not all minerals have the same strategy of production depending on how you obtain. So we want to have a proper discussion about the particularities of salt and its potential.
And who are coming to this conference that should give people the assurance that these issues that you have raised are going to be done justice to?
Well, we'll have producers. We'll have the small-scale gold miners, small-scale salt producers, and their relevant associations. They'll be very much part of the conversation. We have invited all the relevant policy and regulatory agencies concerned, with small-scale mining to provide speakers on the panels. We have invited the reps of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining to come. We invited the Media Coalition Against Galamsey. Anybody who's been working on the issue. It's a very broad church that we're trying to set up to have a discussion about where we are and how we can all work together going forward.
So the time, date, venue, and who is allowed to come?
Whilst it's a public meeting, it's also by invitation. We've also invited academics working in the area to join us, and it's taking place at Mensvik Hotel in East Legon in Accra. From 9 o'clock on the 14th of May.
14th, which is tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Tuesday. And it's a 2-day meeting and also starts same time and ends in the afternoon of the 15th of May. Okay.
So it's Mensvik Hotel. It's tomorrow at 9 a.m. tomorrow and the day after, so Tuesday and Wednesday. But unfortunately, not everybody can be there.
No, the media, we are inviting the media will be there. And hopefully,
how can the people, the Ghanaians, the media tells a story for the Ghanaians, the viewers, the listeners, how can they be a part of it if they want to?
Well, I'm sure that Joy FM is going to
so essentially, they're not allowed.
No, it's not. It's not a public meeting.
Is there a way they can follow this?
Well, we hope that through the collaboration, for example, we're having with multimedia, there'll be avenues for people to participate, and also the media houses will report, and we always provide follow-up opportunities anyway to engage with people. Unfortunately, it is not a town hall meeting.
Because it may not necessarily be a town hall meeting, but these are areas that a lot of Ghanaians are concerned. People have great ideas that they can bring forth as well. So if there's a platform like this that deals with policies, that deals with issues of dealing with it, that people can contribute to, sometimes you tend to get the best.
Absolutely. And we create avenues as is compatible with the format of the meeting for people.
Very well,
Dr.
Dr. Yao, thank you so much. Dr. Yao Graham, there, he's a coordinator with Third World Network Africa. They're organizing a conference on small-scale mining, be it salt or gold. It is happening tomorrow at Menswick Hotel. Thank you very much for passing through.
Thank you.
To help us know what's happening.